give back to the community. This is our 7th year. We started with 5K, which we had this morning. Tennis is going to go off in about an hour. We've got the most number of foursomes we've ever had. And we had a couple of people that wanted to put in foursomes, and they said, can't do it, but they gave us the money for the foursomes. And we'll talk about money in a second. To date, we've given over $170,000 over our 6 years to cancer programs administered by the Foundation and CMH, Capital Memorial, and Anne Arundel General. And this year, they got a big surprise in store. Sadly, this all started. It started with Jerry Garrett, a friend of all of us, died in 2009. A few of Old South members died of cancer before Jerry, and we got together, a lot of us, and said, what can we do? What can we do to honor our friends at Old South and give back to the community? And the Pink and Blue started in 2010. Jerry was the first name on there. And I think we raised a total of about $15,000 that first year. Last year was the most we've ever given, and that was $35,000. This year we're going to go over $200,000. We're not raising $200,000 today, but it's going to put us over the $200,000. Maybe in about 5 years we'll go over the $200,000. The sad news is that once again we have people that we have to honor. And there are 3 people this year: Ted Wolf, Janet Weems, and Joan Hector. I'm going to talk about 30 seconds about Ted. Ted and Lee, his lovely wife, lived in home number 4. They were members here for a long time. Ted had a forklift company, I think, in Prince George's County. They moved to Florida a couple of years ago. I talked to Lee a couple of days ago, and she wanted to thank all of us. Ted loved this course. He loved the people at this course. He battled prostate cancer starting in 2005, and then finally he succumbed to it this year. The next honoree is Janet Weems. And I'm going to bring up Bobby Salto. Ray Weems is raised in Florida, I think.
Yep.
But Bobby's played with Ray for immensely for about 20 years.
Bob. Thank you. Fortunately, Ray and I were members here in the Men's League for many, many years. Ray's not able to be with us today, but his 2 daughters sent me some statements that they would like me to read to the community that they wrote about their mom. So Janet Weems. Who is Janet? She was a daughter, sister, wife, mother, grandmother, aunt, and friend to so many. She was born and raised in Tracy's Landing. She attended Tracy's Elementary and Southern High School. After graduation, she attended the Medical Secretarial School in Hagerstown and worked with Dr. Smith in Shadyside and Dr. Paul in Davidsonville. Janet and Ray married in 1962. They had 2 daughters, Brenda and Lori. At the time before her passing, they had been married 50 wonderful years. She had 5 grandchildren that she adored: Ellen, Alec, Emily, Jimmy, and Will. She enjoyed spending her time with them, taking fun trips to Disney, the beach, lots of time with Mimi and Pop-Pop's pool. Mom and Dad had a business together for almost 30 years, Southern Maryland Cable. In 2004, they retired, traveled, and rode all over the U.S. and Canada. They love traveling. In the winter, they were snowbirds in Florida, where they have a home, and that's where Ray and the daughters now are getting things, kind of clean. 4 years ago, we started this journey called cancer. Mom never complained; it was always positive. She had great faith in God and was never afraid. In April, Mom and Dad returned from Florida, with Mom not feeling well. It was then that we learned that her cancer had returned and that hospice would be called. She accepted the news with dignity and grace and showed us once again that even in sad times, you're able to hold your head high. We are so appreciative that Mom is being honored this evening, or this afternoon, this morning, and so sorry that we are not able to join you. We are with our dad in Florida opening the house so that he can return in January. All the love and support has truly overwhelmed us. Mom and Dad truly have the most caring, supportive friends. Cancer touches all lives in some way. May this fundraiser be a huge success for Calvert and Anne Arundel Hospitals.
Thank you, Bob. The third honoree is Sharon Hixler, and her husband Bruce is here to speak for a few minutes. Bruce? First, I'd like to say that we are a family. It's an honor. It's a great pleasure. And words can't express
him while we were playing golf, "What did your wife die of?" And I said, "It was a cancer." And he never said anything more to me then, but later on he said that she was going to be remembered, that we should have remembered her, because it's now been 4 years since she died. She died of a rare form of cancer, the peritoneal, and I just want to mention what's happened with that particular kind of cancer. It is now, due to the work of Armando Sardi at Mercy Hospital in Baltimore, it is now almost a curable disease. The 5-year survivability rate now, when it's diagnosed early, is about 90%. Unfortunately, my wife's was not diagnosed earlier, and to give you an idea of how subtle this disease was, she and I were hiking 6 months before she died. She and I were hiking in California. She was in what appeared to be perfect health. And so the point to this story is Dr. Sardi has found almost a cure to this disease if detected early. And now what he is working on is working with gynecologists to look for these subtle signs of the disease. And so he's been sort of advertising across the country to gynecologists what to look for and urologists what to look for. If it's caught, as I say, the survivability rate is quite high. And so that's an example where the research dollars may not go into doing new medicines or new procedures, but the research dollars might go into just educating gynecologists what to look for in this disease. So I think there's some positives that we can take from all of this. Those of you that have lost family members this year, all I can say is time is on your side. It's been 4 years for us. And gradually, it gets better. It never goes away. It gets better. So thank you again for doing this. And thank you again for doing it.
Thank you, Chris. Well, somebody else is not physically here, but spiritually is. That's my co-chair, George P. Callis, GPK. George died suddenly August 15th, and he was the heart and soul of our committee. He really was. He was a great guy, had the most unique sense of humor, made all of us laugh. Beautiful sense of humor, as I referred to it, very dry. To honor George, we decided, and all of you should get one, he's dorky vest. No, he's good looking now. This is a great vest. GPK 2016. And it's a great golf vest, and each and every one of you should have one. As I was telling the little Georgie, I feel a lot better wearing this vest than those Callis Funeral Home umbrellas. It's lightning and raining. George is all ultimate irony. Ellen does know this. George and I set a goal. Last year we gave $35,000 from this event. George said, "Stevie, we can do better than that this year." And we have. And it really, when George died, and Ellen and the Callis family said, "We want donations for pink and blue in lieu of flowers." And that was unbelievable. I asked Ellen how many thank you notes she's written. She said about 200. Here's something Ellen doesn't know. Where's Ellen? The donations in George's memory in lieu of flowers total more than $20,000. So, I'm going to introduce the people from Anne Arundel and Calvin II. Your paycheck in about a month is going to be between not each. It's going to be about,
We share well.
each.
We share well.
Each it's going to be $30,000 to $35,000 for each foundation. And thanks to George and all of you. So at this time, I'm going to call up Dean Teague, the CEO of Calvert Memorial Hospital.
We trade.
Jen Wood, both of you come up together, Chief Development Officer Anne Arundel Medical Center Foundation. I'm here to transfer. Make it quick.
Thanks, Steve. I want to thank everybody personally. Calvert Memorial, we do a lot of really good work when it comes to treatment of patients. Jim, I wanted to say hi. I'm glad to see you here this year. We have decided we're going to spend the money on infusion pumps. And if anybody has been with anybody that has had this kind of cancer, these pumps actually allow us to do safe infusion of chemotherapy and blood products to the patients over a 4 to 6, sometimes 8-hour period. It's a long time to be in a chair, but it's also a long time for a caregiver to be there. And what we're trying to do now is we have nurses that are working with us that will take the caregivers aside and make sure they're getting the care they need, because this disease strikes the whole family. So with that, I want to thank everybody for the generous donation. Every single year we take every dollar that's given to us and put it in some kind of equipment to make sure that we can provide the great care and the quality, great care and quality the community deserves at our hospital. So thank you again.
Good morning. It's great to be here again. You know, the word community has come up a lot this morning, and we often think of our community as sort of that little couple of miles around where we are. But I think this area is unique in that community for us is a much wider area of real estate, and community is really Anne Arundel Medical Center and Calvert Memorial Hospital together. I don't know if you all know, but we have several of our oncology programs at Anne Arundel Medical Center that we actually bring to Calvert Memorial every year. We have a breast surgeon who is there several days a week. We have our lung screening and lung cancer program at Calvert that we do in partnership with Calvert. So for me, this community isn't the community of Annapolis or the community of Calvert County. It's really a much larger community and a partnership that we celebrate today that you all represent better than anything else around. So on behalf of Anne Arundel Medical Center and the hundreds of thousands of patients that will benefit from the equipment and the research that you all are providing for us today, thank you. They all never know your names, they won't know your faces, but they thank you every day because you make a huge difference in your treatment. The money today will go for some ultrasound biopsy tables that will help do better and faster identification of care so that we can do that early detection. It will go to some research, very important research, both in ovarian, prostate, and breast cancer. We have about 125 trials going on right now at Anne Arundel Medical Center. So and then also some lamps, again, for early detection to illuminate the area so that we can do the best possible job in detecting oncology and cancer disease. So on behalf of all of us, thank you. The work you do is amazing. It is a real honor to be included in your efforts, and have a great day out there.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Ted. I want to turn it now over to Howard Copel for a special presentation, and I'd like to have my committee to go to the left. They know where to go.
Thank you. This tournament was conceived by the Old South Golf Association.
Hey, hey, Bruce. Bruce, one of the people wanted me to video the whole thing. So, can you take pictures of this? Oh, here.
I will do my
mine.
best.
Here, I have.